This is the Healthy Business Podcast, the show for ambitious business owners who want to grow and scale in a healthy way. I'm Sarah Cook, and I'll be sharing with you tips, inspiration, and proven methods from leading business experts, entrepreneurs, and health and wellness professionals to help you grow your business with more income and having more impact, but in a way that works for you. Because when you have clarity and strategy, you can achieve the results you want. Hello and welcome back to the Healthy Business Podcast. I'm Sarah Cook, and today I'm going to be talking about how you can generate more leads within your business so that you can make more sales. Now, I've talked previously about how there are only 3 ways that you can grow your business, and I share that information within my free guide, which is all about doubling your income within 30 days or less. So if you haven't yet got a copy of that, make sure you head across to my website, sarahcookcoaching.com/double your income, where you will be able to download that free guide and really start growing a business in an aligned way to you. Now, really, when we're talking about growing our business, we're talking about sales, we're talking about income, we're talking about profits, we're talking about clients. And there are easier ways and harder ways that you can do this. Now, the easy ways are to think about the existing audience that you have, and the harder way is actually to bring in new clients. So why am I talking about generating new leads? Well, you can actually generate new leads within your existing audience. So I'm going to be sharing with you 7 ways that you can generate more leads within your business so you can convert those people into sales. Because when we're thinking about our sales pipeline, when we're thinking about bringing more sales, more income into our business, we need to look at the funnel that they're going to go through. So, and this is in really, really simple terms. So we want to attract people, we want to nurture people, and we want to convert them into buying from us. Now, you already have people within your audience who are within those areas. Okay. So you will have people who have actively chosen to be on your email list, who have actively chosen to follow you on social media. Maybe you've had a conversation with them. Whatever that looks like, they have chosen to be in your audience. Therefore, they are still within that need for nurturing before they are converting. You may also have clients within your existing audience who are lapsed clients that you may have worked with previously, or they may have bought something from you as well. It is a lot easier and quicker to generate leads and to generate sales from those people who are already in your audience. It takes a lot longer for people to come into your space, to be nurtured, and then convert if they are brand new. So how do we nurture people? How do we take them through that space when they've come into your world? They need to be nurtured before they are going to become paying clients of yours, paying customers of yours. So as I said, I'm going to share with you 7 ways that you can generate those sales leads without having to overcomplicate things. I love to keep things simple. That's what I'm all about. It's what I teach. And it's really thinking about which ones are the most aligned to you at the moment. Bearing in mind, capacity, your time, your energy, your focus. Are you looking to generate sales in a short space of time, or are you looking to nurture them? Maybe you've got a launch coming up in September or for Q4. Really thinking about what it is, the purpose of your business right now, and therefore you can reverse engineer that into the purpose of your sales and marketing tools and tactics right now as well. So you don't have to be doing everything. That's not what I'm sharing today. What I'm sharing is 7 different ways that you can generate sales leads. And it is about being consistent. It is not about being constant. I do not want you to be absolutely everywhere, because you didn't come into business to be marketing and selling all the time. You came into business because you want to be helping people. So keeping things simple, being super intentional with your time, your energy, your resources means that you will be able to focus on the things that work for you, that focus on the things that work for your audience as well, that will generate more sales leads for you. Okay, so the first one I want to share with you is to create a lead magnet. So essentially, this is something free that people can access in return for them giving you an email address. So they go onto your email system, you can then nurture them, you can have those conversations with them. And a lead magnet can be anything, really leaning into what it is that your audience want to receive, how you can help them. A lot of people get worried about giving too much information away at this point. And I really want you to think about the purpose of the lead magnet. So really thinking about what it is that your audience value and can get value from if they were to listen to it, if they were to watch it, if they were to read it, if they were to engage in it. So lead magnet can be absolutely anything. And again, it will depend on how you feel comfortable, but it'll also depend on how your audience like to consume things too. Do they love to read things? Do they love to watch things? Do they love to listen to things? think about what it is and the best way that you show up as well. So a lead magnet is a brilliant way of bringing people and attracting new clients into your business, but also if it's a slightly different angle that you're supporting people with, then you can use this with your existing clients as well. And normally off the back of that, you would have an automated email sequence that shortens that pathway to purchase. And that could be 5 or 6 emails that are automated once someone downloads something or accesses that lead magnet that takes them closer to wanting to buy from you. Okay, so that's the first thing, is to think about creating a lead magnet. The second one I want you to think about is sharing tips with your audience. And again, this can be done in different ways as well. This might be through social media. You might write a list of tips for them. This might be done in video format. You might do it as a live Q&A session. So many different ways that you can share tips with your audience. But again, think about what your audience need right now. This isn't about us. This isn't about you, your business. This is about what your audience want and need to have to help them on their next step of the journey. And quite often I see that people will push things out there. This is very much about attraction marketing so that you can sell in a more genuine way. This isn't about bro marketing or even bro sales tactics where you're forcing this situation to generate leads. This is about really attracting the right people. And so much of this comes down to your messaging and really getting under the skin of your ideal client. So if you know what it is that they need, you've done that research, then you can share some tips that they actually want to hear that is actually going to be useful for them. This is when your marketing gets to feel easier. This is when your sales gets to feel easier, because people want to be heard. They want to be understood. They want to be listened to. And if you're there and sharing information, sharing tips that, really do support them, they're much more likely to engage and want to know more from you and potentially even request information about how to work with you as well. Okay. So thinking about your existing audience, who is in your audience that you may have worked with before? Could you message them and just check in with them, see how they are? Your lapsed clients are people who have already bought from you. So they've already had that experience of what it is to work with you or use your products. So really consider messaging them. People are busy. They forget to have those conversations, but actually those people are there. They are still in your warm audience because they have already previously spent money with you. So dropping a message to your lapsed clients, do it purely from a point of care. Check in with them, see how they are since you last spoke to them or last worked with them, what they're working on right now, what support they might need. And then you can take that conversation further and potentially into a sales conversation. Okay. So the next one I want you to think about, and this is potentially the quickest way for you to grow your audience, is by using somebody else's audience. Now, I don't mean kind of stealing someone else's clients or, attacking kind of competitor audiences. This is not what it's about and absolutely not what I teach. It is much more around collaborating with somebody who has a very similar audience to you, very similar ideal client, but does things in a different way. So this isn't about competition. This is about an aligned audience. So again, think about what your ideal client does, what they're interested in, who they follow, who they engage with, who they buy from, that is different to you. So as an example, if you are working with mums as a nutritionist, you might want to think about, personal trainer for mums. You might want to think about, a yoga teacher. You might want to think about a personal stylist. All of those things are relevant to your ideal client, but they're not going to be competing against what it is that you sell. So if you can run a training session, if you can maybe write a blog, do a live Q&A in somebody else's audience, then they're much more likely to come and follow you, to engage with you, because you're already that trusted source. You've been invited into this audience and they already trust that person. So it's almost a little bit like a referral, that you're being brought in as this guest expert, that they're much more likely to engage with you. So collaborations can work brilliantly if you're looking to expand your audience and generate some new leads. As part of that, towards your own audience, you might want to run a live Q&A that is specific to something the audience want to hear about. And you can run a poll or a quiz or something like that within your audience and find out exactly what they want to know more about. This was one of the quickest ways that I grew my massage therapy business, is that I ran a series of live training sessions and shared with people how they could get support and they could do some home massage technique in between their appointments. So I did some polls in my audience and asked them, or I said to them, which area are you struggling with most? Is it your back or your shoulders, your neck? Where are you seeing that tension? I'm going to be running a live session on each of those different areas. Which one do you want me to prioritize? And then within each of those sessions, I obviously then shared some tips and helped people with each of those different areas, but also weaved in the fact that the best way that they were going to get support was by booking a treatment with me, because I could get to the root cause. I could see whether there was any referred pain, and the importance of booking with an expert. Okay, so running a live Q&A can work really, really well for your audience to take them closer towards that conversion rather than staying within that audience that's interested but isn't actually buying. We don't want to be looking at this cold, cool, non-engaged audience. We want to see how we can move people through that funnel as quickly as possible, from coming into your world to nurturing them, building that relationship with them, getting them to trust you, getting them to like and know you, and then also moving them through into actually converting them into sales, because we know that sales is the lifeblood of any business. And if we don't have the sales, then we are just running an expensive hobby. Okay, and so as part of that, you might also want to consider, and this is a sort of sixth point for you, is to share a testimonial, because referrals are brilliant when it comes to people trusting you, that they, if they're looking for a recommendation on something, they go to their trusted sources, whether it's a colleague, whether it's a friend, whoever that might be. And if you are that top of mind person that you're being recommended, then you bypass a lot of that funnel, because people instantly have that affinity to you. They instantly have that trust with you. So sharing a testimonial can be a great way of getting more leads into your business and converting them into sales. And testimonials can be done in different ways. It isn't just about sharing a testimonial from somebody that may have bought from you before. You could do this in different ways. So for one, you are your best testimonial. Hopefully you have been walking the talk and, actually doing the things that you talk about, that you share, and all, you are your best case study. And thinking about that, sharing your stories, sharing why it's relevant, that becomes really important. That builds the empathy, that builds the understanding, that builds the trust, builds the relationship with somebody before they've even decided to work with you. Testimonials can also be screenshots of client wins or product feedback, maybe a Google review. That is all a testimonial. And then the other way, which people often forget, is your version of that case study, or that version of the testimonial. So you could run a sort of client spotlight and say, this person came to work with me, or they bought this thing from me. This is what was going on for them. This is what we did, the actions that we took, and these were the results that we went on to create. That is just as valid as a testimonial, because you're showcasing what you can do. You're not just telling people how you can help them. So testimonials are gold dust. They can work brilliantly when you are looking to generate more sales within your business. And don't forget the email list. Hopefully you are growing one. Hopefully you are adding people to your email list. Hopefully people are, actively choosing to be on an email list. This sort of loops back a little bit to what I was talking about right at the beginning around creating a lead magnet and getting people onto your email list. But once they're on your email list, don't forget to engage with them. They have actively chosen to be on your email list. Of course, they can unsubscribe at any time, and that's up to them, and that's fine. And, if that does happen, don't worry about that, because they're not your ideal client if they are unsubscribing from your email list. You want to have people on your email list who are engaged, who are actively wanting to be there. So emailing your list, don't always email them to sell to them. This is about giving value. This is about showcasing your expertise, coming at it from a point of what would they want to find out, what information would be useful for them to take them on that further pace of their journey. So of course you want to have some element of sales within your email list, but I wouldn't recommend every single email being a sales one. I absolutely wouldn't even recommend every other email being a sales one. It's about being intentional. It's about attracting the right people. Now, you want to create engagement. So it might be that you are having a call to action still in there. It doesn't have to be a sales call to action. It could be replying to an email. It could be going and checking out a blog on your website. It could be checking out a social media post that has worked really well for you, that you want more of your audience to see. so many different things that you can do when it comes to emailing your list without actually selling to them. And quite often people forget about those people because they're so focused on bringing new clients in, when actually you have an existing pool of people that are right in front of you. Those people that have chosen to be on your email list, those people that have chosen to be following you on social media. So really leaning into those 7 different ways of how you could generate more leads. Now, as I said earlier, you don't have to do all of these. Get intentional. Think about the ones that are going to make the biggest difference for you right now with whatever it is that you're trying to do within your business. And don't forget that if you're looking to grow your business, then look at my freebie, which is a really simple checklist and guide on how you can double your income within the next 30 days or even less than that. And loads of my clients have been selling out their programs, have had their best ever months through the summer. So please don't think or even listen to this narrative that things slow down during the summer. If you are wanting sales right now, get proactive, get intentional. Even if you are taking some time out over the summer and you're on holiday, you're juggling kids, all that kind of stuff, I totally am. But I'm still having sales. I'm still having consistent leads coming through. I am having my best months. I'm still supporting my clients. And I think also bearing in mind that if you are wanting to have a great end to the year, so when we come back after the holidays in September, we are right at the end of Q3. In fact, we're pretty much then into Q4, which is the last quarter of the year. So if you want to have a great end to the year, you need to be doing some of this stuff now. You need to be nurturing people. You need to be growing your audience. You need to be having more leads coming into your business to give you the best possible chance to end 2023 in the best possible way. Okay, so hopefully that's been a useful insight into, or some different suggestions into how you can generate more sales leads. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Drop me a message on Instagram at Sarah Cook Coaching. And if you're feeling a bit stuck and you've got all of these ideas, drop me that message and let's unpick things and let's see what we could do. And I'm more than happy to give you some personal advice on how you can get intentional and what is going to be the best way for you to focus on growing your business, bringing in those sales leads and converting them into paying clients. Don't stay stuck. You're too good for that. You can help way too many people, but you won't be able to if you stay stuck. So I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast. I will see you on the next one. And enjoy August. We are now in August. We are middle of the way through Q3. Have a wonderful month. Smash those sales goals and bring in generate the leads that you are looking for and bring in the sales and income that you totally do deserve. I will see you soon. Thanks for listening to the Healthy Business Podcast. You can get a copy of my best-selling book, Healthy You, Wealthy Business, over on my website, sarahcookcoaching.com/book. In there, you'll find practical advice, useful tools, and real actionable steps to help you be your best self and build a wildly successful business with ease so that you can create a limitless life in the way that you choose.